So you're thinking about moving to Las Vegas, Nevada. In this video, we're gonna talk about the pros and the cons, the good and the bad, the ugly and the pretty in regards to living and moving to Las Vegas, Nevada. And it is Nevada, not Nevada. So let the show begin because we're gonna be getting after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is about living and moving to the Las Vegas, Nevada area, I'm going to ask you to subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so that you can be the first to be informed about any changes here in the Las Vegas, Nevada market. My name is Lavert Pompey Benefield, and I and my team, we get calls and we get emails from people just like you and like you and like you and like you every single day in regards to helping them make a move to Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's absolutely our pleasure. Give us a call, give us a text, send us an email, whatever you'd like to do. All of our information is in the description down below, and we look forward to helping you make your move to Las Vegas, Nevada. So let's jump right in, guys. We're gonna start with the rough stuff. Let's get that out of the way and we'll jump into the good stuff after. So the cons. In regards to one of the first cons I want to talk to us about is going to be our public transportation. I've had the privilege of living in great cities like Oakland, Berkeley, San Francisco, New York City, Europe, so forth and so on, and I moved here to Las Vegas, and there is no kind of metro, there's public buses and things like that that you can use, but yet at the same time, do they really get you all around throughout the city? Yes, eventually you'll get there, but most people here in the Las Vegas area do have their own cars, and we're going to be basically using cars a lot here. Now, of course, with the high price of gas, who knows what people are going to be doing in regards to if they continue using their cars, if they're going to be going to scooters, which we don't have a lot of those types of things here, or if they're going to those little moped things, whatever they're called. I don't remember them. We don't have them much here, but a lot of that could possibly pop up. Now, in regards to having a car, let's say one of the other cons that I like to tell people about, one of the things I didn't know about until I got here, is that you have to register your freaking car every year. Now, in other cities that I've come from, when you registered your car, you were all good to go for, I don't know how long, maybe 5-6 years or something to that effect. Every year you have to register your car, and it's not inexpensive. It's pretty freaking, woo! Okay, I'm not gonna have a meltdown there, but it's pretty freaking expensive to have to register your car. I think I'm paying something like $500 for my car. I have a little bit of a nicer car, but at the same time, it's still, you have to pay for that every year. It's not a one-time thing and you have it covered for 5 Number 2 con that I want to talk to you about is going to be our school systems. Now, we do have on the pros, so sort of the opposite side of it, but for right now, our school systems, if you have a family here, if you're looking for great education, Las Vegas, Nevada, I think we're ranked in, out of the 50 states, we're probably ranked 48th. In regards to our public school systems. We've got a lot of work to do in that regard. Number 3, so let me give you a third thing. As far as the sort of the worst things or sort of the cons here in the Las Vegas area, most people wouldn't think of this, but the weather. The weather can be crazy right now during the month of July. During the month of July, it's like 103 degrees outside right now. So July and August, most of us that live here in Las Vegas, we tend to sneak away during those months because we know those are our hottest times. Literally, we're living in our cars, we're living in our ACs, we're living in our homes, keeping ourselves cool, because when you get outside, the main thing you probably want to do is jump straight into a pool or run right back in, because that heat is something. So if you're coming here during that July, that August time frame, definitely make sure you're taking some plans to make sure you keep yourself nice and cool. Walking on the Las Vegas Strip during the month of July and August, I wouldn't suggest it too tough, but hey, you're here to enjoy the Strip, so forth and so on. But the blocks down on the Las Vegas Strip are not small ones, they're big blocks. So if you're thinking you're walking from one hotel to the next hotel, it's gonna be a quick little 5-minute walk. It's not gonna be like that. You're walking some long blocks, so make sure you're taking that weather into consideration. And so yes, we're using our cars a lot. We're jumping into public transportation. The great part about it though, is that traffic really isn't that heavy here. There's gonna be times when the traffic can get really crazy. Now I've lived in places, like I said, like New York City. I've spent some time down in Southern California, so forth and so on. That's traffic. Here in Las Vegas, it's not traffic. You're definitely gonna, when you live here in Las Vegas, you're gonna get used to a certain level of traffic. And then sure, during the busier hours from maybe like 3:30 till maybe like a little bit after 6 o'clock, we're gonna have a little bit more of that heavier traffic on our freeways. But again, it's not LA, it's not New York City traffic, it's not like Paris or anything crazy like that, where you're literally bumper to bumper and you're just like, get me off of these freaking roads. Now here's another con. Orange cones. We are constantly under construction here in the Las Vegas area. If you know Las Vegas, every 5 or 10 years, whatever it may be, we're blowing something up and rebuilding something, so forth and so on. We don't have a lot of older homes. We do have some older casinos and things like that, but again, we're blowing something up, we're redoing a road, we're making things better, I believe, in this way I'm looking at it. So I'm always patient with the orange cones, but there is a lot of them here in the Las Vegas area. So you got to be patient with the orange cones, but again, that construction that is constantly going on is a huge con that sometimes can drive you a little crazy. And this next, guys, you guys to really be, let's just continue being honest here. It's Las Vegas that you're gonna be thinking about moving to. It's Las Vegas. If you have any vices, if you have any addictions or anything like that possibly in your world, check in with your loved ones, check in with those that love you, check in with your friends and your family, so forth and so on, and really make sure that Las Vegas is the place for you. We have a lot of things here that people can and do get caught up in. It's not that place, guys, where you want to come here if you know you have those traits, so forth and so on, because I've just seen some really horrific scenarios. I'm in real estate and I've helped a lot of people sell and purchase beautiful homes, but I've had a couple of situations where I've had people unfortunately have to sell their homes because of some of those vices. Let's not get you in those scenarios. Again, check with your loved ones. It's Las Vegas. This place is not a place to play around with. It's a place to play and have some good times, but please check with your friends, check with your loved ones, be honest with yourself when coming to Las Vegas. And our next con is a tough one. We have homeless here, guys. Homeless, especially in the downtown areas, especially near some of our freeways, so forth and so on. Our homeless population is definitely increasing. We have another section of Las Vegas that a lot of people don't know a lot about, but when I first moved here, it probably took me a few years to really understand it. And we have tunnels here where a lot of people actually live inside of some of those tunnels. So if you're walking around Las Vegas, downtown, be very careful. Not all areas of downtown are going to be necessarily bad or dangerous, but be very aware. I mean, maybe that's my New Yorker or my Oakland coming out talking in those regards, but at the same time, please be very aware of your surroundings at all times. Those tunnels are not places for you to go around and play around in. It's not going to be as fun as you think. You may run into some people or run into situations down there you just don't want to touch. So again, our homeless population is something that I really hope the city is going to take a lot more time to work on. I think we had something back and forth with California. Anyway, I don't want to get into that, but nonetheless, our homeless is a big con that a lot of people they have issues with, they have concerns with, and visually it's sometimes tough to see and not feel as though you can't help these people and what you can do. Find the right places where you can contribute, find those shelters that are giving back to these people, that are helping and trying to help make their lives better, whether it be a mental health facility, whether it be a shelter, so forth and so on. There's different ways that we can help them versus necessarily giving them money directly or any of those different types of things. And again, for your safety, no tunnels, and be very careful when you're walking downtown, especially near the highway, so forth and so on, because we do have our wonderful homeless people that are going through tough things in their lives. And now for the pros. Now, you know, it's Vegas 24/7. This town is 24/7. So whatever you may need, it doesn't matter if you're looking for fun, if you're looking for excitement, that's out there. If you're looking for a bottle of, I don't know, whatever, mouthwash is out there. It's all good to go. Where did my head go to mouthwash? I wonder why. Anyway, if you need any of that stuff late night, if you need something to eat, you can find something on the strip, and not just off the strip. You can find a lot of different venues that are open here in the Las Vegas area 24/7. I'm usually done and in the bed by like 10 o'clock, 10:30. So for you late night owls, it's there for you 24/7. So another big thing here in the Las Vegas area goes without saying. We are the entertainment capital of the world. There's so much here. It's one of the reasons I actually came here, is to be a part of that entertainment. I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about that later on. But we have everything from Cirque du Soleil. We have shows all up and down the strip. We have Bruno Mars. We have Katy Perry. We have Celine Dion. We have all of these great, fantastic artists that are coming here to the Las Vegas area. Carrie Underwood, so forth and so on, that are coming here entertaining. We have the Smith Center in regards to our theater. We have Broadway shows that come through there. We have chamber music, great jazz, international jazz vocalists and singers that come through the Smith Center, so forth and so on. So entertainment is absolutely phenomenal here in the Las Vegas area. Our sports is going to be absolutely incredible. We have our Vegas Golden Knights. We have the Oakland Raiders. See, the Oakland boys still come at me. We have the Las Vegas Raiders that are here now in Las Vegas. We have our baseball teams that are here in the Summerlin area. We have our women's basketball. There's so much going on. We have the racetracks out at the Las Vegas Speedway with NASCAR. We have F1 Formula racing that's going to be happening throughout some of the downtown parts of Las Vegas, taking them through iconic areas, wrapping around great things like the Bellagio, going past the Paris Hotel. All of those incredible things are going to be happening here in Las Vegas. And wow, how incredible would it be to actually live here and be a part of seeing all of that happening just outside you. Another pro that a lot of people come here for, especially businesses, and I would think individuals are learning to do this as well, is that we have a no state income tax here. No state income tax. That's a huge savings for a lot of people coming from places like California, different cities, so forth, or different states, so forth and so on. No state income tax puts a lot of money back into your pocket. And not only the no state income tax, but the cost of living. I'd say the cost of living, which is another pro. We're starting to get a little bit more expensive, definitely here, be it here July 2022, we're starting to get much more expensive. Our prices have gone up as far as home prices. Of course, everybody's experiencing, like we said before, the gas prices, so forth and so on. So yeah, we're starting to be not as expensive as we were before a few years ago, but I still think that the cost of living here is still fantastic. You can still get a great home. I think our average right now, as far as entry home, is probably around 400 and maybe 85,000 is where we're probably landing right about now. So great cost of living, great home ownership, all of those different types of things. Inventory here is still extremely low right now. I guess you can count that as a little bit of a con, but yet at the same time, we still have a lot of great affordable housing that we're starting to see more inventory come on the market as well, which is a great thing finally for our buyers. And I know that we talked about our schools being one of our negatives, but on the flip side of that, like we said before, we do have that positive in the sense that there's charter schools that are out here, there's fantastic, amazing private schools, so forth and so on, that really do rank as some of the top-notch schools. I would think like Bishop Gorman being one of our most well-known high schools here. A lot of celebrities, a lot of different political people, their kids and everything else have gone to those schools. Great schools in the sense of those charters and those private schools. So we are stepping up the education. We are building that more. The education here in Las Vegas, like we said, on the negative side, does tend to, not tend to, but is ranked awfully low as far as the 50 states are concerned with. So some of our schools do sort of kind of step right into the hospitality. But again, our great charter schools and our great private schools definitely help clean up that negative in regards to our ranking, which is not great, for our schools here publicly. Our weather, that's going to be a wonderful pro in regards to moving here to the Las Vegas area. We have upwards of 300 plus days of beautiful weather where you're just going to see a ton of sun. You're going to be able to go outside and enjoy. We have everything from outdoor events that people do, from sports to bike riding to mountain climbing to horseback riding. You can jump up to Mount Charleston if you want to. You can ski on the top of Mount Charleston. It's one little bunny run, but still at the same time are able to get some skiing going on here. Lots of outdoor activities, runners here, so forth and so on. You can do everything from the entertainment, like we've already talked about. So everything isn't necessarily going to be locked up in the house or just in your car when we have those crazy July, August sort of kind of heat baths, because the rest of those days are absolutely wonderful and beautiful, and people love being outdoors here and love getting outside of their homes. In addition to that pro, we have another beautiful pro that I absolutely love. It's going to be the location. Our location is absolutely fantastic. We can shoot over to LA, we can shoot over to Palm Springs, we can shoot over to California, other parts of California, we can shoot over to Phoenix. Our location is absolutely fantastic. We do have an international airport in the sense you can jump on a flight and Hawaii rather quickly. You're jumping on the flights and you're getting back to the East Coast and everything else. So we can fly all over from this particular area, and it's a great location for that. So I love the location because it gets me all around the world rather quickly. And as we said before, this is Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. We have fantastic shows, like we said, from all over the world. And not just our entertainment. The entertainment in the sense of what's happening on the Strip, what's happening at the Smith Center, so forth and so on. But as you guys are knowing and understanding and hearing out there, our sports is growing like crazy. The Raiders just came here. We opened up the Death Star and everything else that's happening. So our hockey team is absolutely fantastic. Our women's basketball team, the WNBA, as far as what's happening with them, is absolutely fantastic. We have some minor league hockey teams that are here, as far as the Silver Knights that are out in the Henderson area. So a lot is going on here for our sports. We are bringing in the F1 that's going to be racing throughout the downtown area, or literally around the Strip area of Las Vegas. That's going to be absolutely incredible as far as bringing more here. And one of the best pros, and the final pro that I wanted you guys to hang around here for the end of the video, is local discounts. Las Vegas knows how to take care of its locals. We get everything from discount at hotels from the major hotels. We get discount to shows, especially throughout the week and during the week. We have restaurants, everything. I love doing staycations here. We call them staycations, where we can do a locals discount. We go there, we spend a couple of nights there at the hotel, and we literally feel like we're on a vacation. Because most of us as locals, we don't go to the strip a lot. We don't go down to the strip. And when we do go down to the strip, yeah, it still feels like it's a fun little getaway, so forth and so on. But when you do staycations, and especially if you can do a staycation with local discounts from different hotels, absolutely phenomenal. So definitely when you move here to Las Vegas, make sure you tap into and check in with everyone that gives you those local discounts. So definitely a pro you want to stay on top of. So those were the pros and the cons. I think more of the pros outweigh the cons. So if you, again, are considering moving to the Las Vegas area, please give us a check out in our descriptions below as far as reaching out to us. Give us a call, give us a DM, give us an email, give us a text, and we would love to be able to reach out and help you with your smooth transition here to the Las Vegas area.